And who is that?
Terence Crawford, that's it. You know, I'm 41-0 for a reason. You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes.
Our job is to line it up. And us fighters, we're warriors. We always want to fight the best.
Floyd Mayweather has sent a clear message to Terence Crawford after all the debate about who would win between them. And this message wasn't trash talk, it was a warning. According to Floyd, Crawford is chasing something that simply doesn't exist anymore. He says Crawford is hunting a ghost because the version of Mayweather that ruled boxing walked away on his own terms, and he's not about to let anyone rewrite the legacy he already sealed.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Floyd told Stephen F. Smith that boxing isn't just about who's physically stronger right now. It's about who held the spotlight when it mattered most. And in Floyd's eyes, Crawford being in his mid-30s makes it way too late to ask for a fight that should have happened years ago, back when it would have been massive for both of them.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
He dropped that message right in the middle of a fiery exchange on Stephen F. Smith's platform, where Floyd and Crawford actually sat across from each other, something fans rarely ever see. Floyd stayed composed, but every line he delivered landed with weight. He basically told Crawford, "You can rack up every win you want. You can beat guys I never faced. But you're not rewriting my history." With that, Floyd kept the focus firmly on his generation while subtly jabbing at Crawford for coming too late to ever meet him in the ring.
I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose because now society has shaped things to where if a fighter lose, they talk so bad about, oh, he's a bum. I knew he was overrated. Oh, y'all hyped him up, and now they gotta hear it. But back in the day, they didn't have social media. You know what I mean? So all that wasn't in their face.
But this whole conversation isn't just two fighters talking past each other. Fans, analysts, and even active fighters have started picking sides. Ryan Garcia is one of them. Never shy about speaking his mind, Garcia took a shot at Mayweather during Ring Magazine's Inside the Ring. When LaShawn McCoy said no one changed the sport the way Floyd did, Garcia cut in with, "in a bad way." Garcia argued that Floyd didn't just master boxing, he mastered timing. He claimed Floyd waited out guys like Pacquiao and Cotto until they were past their hottest stretch. He never fought anybody in their prime after junior lightweight, Garcia said, insisting that Floyd's spotless record was built more on perfect matchmaking than pure dominance. And in Garcia's opinion, that's when boxing started to shift, because fighters began protecting the zero instead of chasing the toughest matchups.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
That's where Max Kellerman jumped in with his own perspective. Known for breaking down boxing with precision, Kellerman explained why some people believe Crawford might actually have a better legacy argument depending on how you frame it. Floyd chose the timing of his opponents, especially once he left lightweight, Kellerman said. So even though Floyd's resume has more big names on it, fans remember he didn't want certain fights at certain moments. Crawford, even with a thinner resume, wanted all the smoke the entire time. People noticed that.
Floyd versus Triple G. Listen, man, Floyd didn't fight him, and Floyd is an all-time great. But what a missed opportunity. You got Crawford going from 135 and talking about fighting Canelo at 168. It's kind of the same.
And that's really the heart of the debate, resume versus intention. Mayweather's resume is loaded: De La Hoya, Pacquiao, Cotto, Hatton, Marquez, Mosley, Gatti, Perales, and more. But critics like Garcia and Kellerman argue that timing dulls some of those wins. Pacquiao wasn't the same explosive fighter by 2015. Mosley was pushing 40 and coming off inactivity. Cotto had taken a lot of damage before they met. And Canelo was just 23 and forced into a catch weight. Floyd still beat them all, but for the critics, the asterisk never fully fades.
Looking back at like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be so great. You know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions. You know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy.
Crawford's resume isn't as deep, but the intent behind it is different. He never cared about timing. He fought Sean Porter when Porter was still a serious threat. He dismantled Errol Spence at age 35. And then he shocked the entire sport by taking down Canelo Alvarez at super middleweight. Crawford's issue wasn't avoiding fights, it was promoters and networks avoiding him. As a high-risk, low-reward fighter under top rank, he spent years trying to land big fights that never came together. By the time he finally got the Spence fight, he was already deep into his 30s.
We already know, we knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or his speed or?
Now he's 38 years old with a perfect 42-0 record, undisputed championships in 3 divisions, and a highlight list including Gamboa, Postal, Jeff Horn, Porter, Spence, and Alvarez. But compared to Floyd's 50 wins, the numbers still tilt Mayweather's way. 8 fights doesn't sound like much, but in legacy debates, every detail matters. Still, Crawford has one card Floyd never played. He moved into a 6th weight class. If he drops back down to middleweight and wins a belt, he'll have done something Floyd never even went after. Mayweather stopped at 154. So while Floyd made plenty of history, he never chased that 6th division. Crawford's willingness to keep testing himself might be the one thing that shifts the narrative.
Floyd had a lot of craft that mimicked some of the things that Sugar Ray did. So does Terence. And Terence is psychologically a latter-day Sugar Ray Robinson. He has the same kind of capacity to be charming and then in the next 30 seconds to turn on his fire. And that, I think, is part of what he's going to take into the ring against Canelo.
The timing of their careers adds another layer. Crawford became a world champion in 2014, just a year before Floyd wrapped up with Pacquiao and then Berto. The overlap was small, but it existed. Had Floyd stayed around a little longer, the fight could have happened. But by then, Mayweather was already protecting his legacy rather than building it. And that's exactly what he was saying on Stephen A.'s show, Don't Ask Me Now. If it was ever going to happen, it would have been when the hype and the money were at their peak. That window is gone. And Crawford's wins today don't rewind time or pull Floyd back into the ring.
The thing about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out. You know?
Yeah, that's true. But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
got a pioneer, right? Yeah, you gotta.
There's an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere. And I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't out-figure out.
But that doesn't stop fans from imagining what would have happened. Mayweather at 147 pounds was a defensive genius, nearly impossible to hit clean, able to dismantle opponents round after round. From age 28 to 38, he dominated welterweight, going 12-0 and controlling the division for a full decade. Crawford at 147 brought a different flavor, explosive, switch hitting, dangerous from either stance, and ruthless once he smelled blood. He went 8-0 in 5 years, finishing most opponents violently. He's taller, longer, and stylistically more versatile.
But were you surprised that, Crawford wasn't running from him. He was, he was very confident that he could stand there and trade, a lot of times with Canelo.
Crawford fought a brilliant fight. He fought a brilliant fight. He stayed at the right range. He didn't engage with Canelo when Canelo was trying to get him to engage with him. And he took control of the fight. He did what he wanted to do.